Hello, everyone. Welcome on to Branded. This is the podcast that takes you behind the scenes and beyond the brand. I'm Sarah Glenn. Today, we are talking about sales strategies that are working even when you're taking a day off, right? These sales strategies are working 24/7 behind the scenes of your business so you can live your life. Like, I felt like I was becoming a slave to social media. I felt like I had this obligation that if I didn't show up, I wasn't going to make the sale, book the call, make the connection, right? None of those things. And what did that lead to? Burnout. It led to resentment. It led to me just not wanting to show up anymore. So, what do we do instead? Right? Instead of quitting, we learn how to work smarter. So, I want to talk about sales strategies that are always working behind the scenes, whether you're on, you know, social, whether you're taking a day off, whether you're traveling, you're on vacation, like whatever it might be, it doesn't matter. These sales strategies are working for you regardless. So, one of the main sales strategies that I love to tap into is sales funnels. Sales funnels are life, honestly. Like anything that you have purchased in the recent past couple years, you have bought off of a sales funnel most likely. Even when you're shopping with like some of these regular stores that you're looking at, right? And you see that there's like an offer that comes up that will bump your order by just a couple dollars. And you're like, oh, well, I guess I kind of need that thing to go with this thing that I'm already buying. That's part of the sales funnel. That's part of the sales system that is constantly making revenue and it never ever sleeps. So, how do you do this for your business, right? How do you set up these sales systems to start operating so you can start making revenue whenever you want to take a day off or you want to travel or whatever, right? A couple ways that you can kind of dive into sales funnels is first off, kind of knowing what's the difference between me showing up and having like visible marketing efforts, right? Like I'm showing up right here today. This is something that I am doing and I'm having to take my time out of my day in order to do. Totally worth it, obviously. But this is something that it doesn't happen whenever I want to take the day off, right? Because I do have certain tools in place, I'm pre recording this podcast episode. So it's not right here, right now, when you're listening to this, is me doing it live, right? So those are tools that I am utilizing. But when it comes to your sales funnel, so for example, like let's say you listen to one of my podcasts and I had a call to action that said, go take the brand quiz or go book a free consult call, whatever it might be. Those things take you through a quote unquote sales funnel. And it's not always that I'm selling something, right? It could just be free value. It could just be that it's nurturing you. It could be that it's just upholding the level of communication that is promised to you. So, for example, when someone books a sales call with me, or I'm sorry, a free brain consult with me, they get reminder text messages. Guess who also gets those reminder text messages? Me, because I need to be reminded that these things are on my calendar and need to be done, right? But these are things that I have set up months ago. So every time I get a call booked, I don't need to then ensure that I am going and reminding these people that they have a call. I already did the work. And same thing happens when you have your sales funnels. When you're taking people through these marketing strategies that run behind the scenes, nobody even sees how they're put together except for the people that put them together, right? Like seeing how click number one takes you to page number one. Okay, page number one takes you to page number two. Page number two maybe takes you then to your email. And there's something in your email that you can click on that you can engage with. These are very intentional things that have been put in place. They don't just happen magically. Like it is actually quite a lot of work to do that setup in the front end, but holy shit, it's so worth it. It's so worth it because then you could be taking a day off, traveling all day long, going on vacation, actually spending a Sunday just sitting on the couch watching movies, and you could be making sales, booking calls, and having all the things happen in your business, because that it allows like the other person who is making that purchase or booking that call, it puts the ball in their court. So whenever the timing is right for them, that journey is available for them to jump into at any point, 24/7, every single day of the week. You don't have to be live and in person for that to happen. But it is really important to have these systems set up so you can do these things. It really creates like so much freedom. So there's been some time, in the last, let's see, we're in May right now. So in the last 5 months, I have definitely had some weeks where I have felt the strain of working a full-time 9 to 5, building my business, having, client work that's on my plate as well. And I have felt that strain of like a little bit of the expansion, the capacity of like, whoa, I'm really filling to the brim here. And I need to figure out how some of these systems are going to work a little smarter for me. And it was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago where I decided, you know what, I'm going to start doing reminder text messages for all of my free consult calls, even the not free calls, right? Even the ones that people pay for to do tech calls and all of those things. I want to set up a whole workflow that reminds people 24 hours ahead of time, 1 hour ahead of time. I get the same reminders, all of those things, right? These are sales strategies that are keeping people engaged. They don't forget that they've got this thing set up that they booked, however many weeks or months ago. And the same goes for your sales funnels. When you have a funnel that can take people through an entire journey, and there's another layer to this with your offers and how those really, really match and flow together. But maybe we'll talk about that in the next podcast, because it's a whole thing. It's a whole strategy, right? So first I just really want to talk to you about sales funnels and the benefits of them. So first and foremost, right, you can have, let's say, page number 1 of your sales funnel, whether it's your website or maybe it's just a standalone funnel page that's being created for a specific purpose, maybe a specific offer, right? That page is going to tell the story of how this is going to get somebody from good to great, what they're going to get out of this if they decide to download, purchase, book the call, etc. Right? Give them the story. And you really want to make sure that you kind of hit all of the points of engagement. So you want to have something that is visually engaging. You want to have something that sometimes the auditory is not as important, but if you do have a video that's embedded and there's audio on it, awesome. But don't stop there. You also want to make sure that on that page, you really explain what is in your visuals, what is in that video component. Like pretend like people can't see, or, well, I guess if they can't see, then they can't read. But pretend like they can't watch that video. Like maybe they're in a place where they can't turn on the sound and maybe the video doesn't have captions. Then what? They've totally lost all impact. Explain what's happening in the video, not in a movie trailer kind of way, but in a way of like, tell the story. What is the reason that this video is even here? What are the images that are here? Explain them. And not only is that going to help with just overall engagement and people really soaking in the information that is on that page, it's also going to help your SEO, your search engine optimization. So this is something that I think a lot of people get very flustered about, SEO. They hear it and they're like, ugh, it sounds so techy. It's scary. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to do it. SEO is really just, think of Google, right? Your Google search engine. What are people searching for? Put those words and phrases into your content, into your sales funnels, and now they're becoming searchable. You can put where you're located, you can put your business name, you can put really common phrases. If I say brand designer and consultant, and I say that phrase 10 times in one sales funnel, and I have the SEO metadata to match, saying that that the keyword is brand designer and consultant or brand designer. consultant on its own, right? You have to kind of decide, do you want them to be phrases? Do you want them to be single words? But whatever you put in that SEO metadata, it's going to read everything off of that page and make you more and more searchable. Now, you don't want to get hung up on SEO stuff. Like, you can. There's some people that that's their thing. And if that's your thing, great. Like, dig into it and really maximize the SEO of it as much as possible. But for the most part, especially if you're just getting started out and you want to create a sales funnel and create that strategy where it's like working for you, even when you're taking a day off, that wouldn't be the first thing I would focus on. I would just understand that the words and phrases I'm using could be searchable. So maybe make them searchable, right? Don't get hung up on it. But that first page that you take somebody to, that's going to tell the story of like why they are even here, whatever they clicked on. If it's to download a free resource, if it's to purchase a low ticket, high ticket, mid range, whatever offer that you have, if it's to book a free call, if it's simply just to learn more about you and your business, that first page, that first place that they click, it should do all of the things that it is intended to do. Now, of course, you can design the page in various ways. You can have it as just sort of a long scrolling storyline. You can have where it sort of is cut through and bounces between kind of concept, solution, concept, solution, concept, solution, right? Like, you can go different ways, and that really just depends on how do you like to communicate. Because in the end, this needs to speak to who you are as a business owner. What are the things that you like? How do you feel about the thing that you are presenting? If you are not excited, like really fucking excited to share that link with somebody, I guarantee they're not going to buy. That conviction, that excitement, and that like knowingness that the thing that you have is going to be the thing that they need, that they have been searching for. If you don't have that excitement around it, you might as well not even share the link, right? Be excited, have the conviction, know that the thing that you are the best at, they're clicking the link and they're finding out more about it. And they're gonna buy because they're your people, right? So page 1 of a sales funnel, give them all the juicy stuff. Like, you'd really, unless you are in like a super high-end luxury market, you don't want to be gatekeeping too much. Honestly, a lot of people they get really aggravated with the gatekeeping because it's like you're dangling this carrot that's like, I know you want to learn more. I know you want to learn more. Click here, click here, click here. And they keep clicking and going down the rabbit hole and keep learning nothing. That is the most annoying, like from my own personal experience, that is the most annoying thing I can think of whenever I'm going through a sales funnel, is clicking through a sales funnel, ending up on, all of these different pages, or just scrolling until the end of time. And I still haven't learned anything and I still don't know where to click. Oh my gosh, that is like my nightmare with the sales funnel. You want to make it as easy as possible. Give people the story, take them through the journey of exactly what it is you want them to know, learn, buy, book, all of it. Take them through that journey, connect the dots for them, and please, please have the page be as engaging as possible. Not only visually, but also literally. Like, if I want to click on an image, I expect that image to take me somewhere, or to have a little pop-up that says, oh, I'm so glad you're interested. Like, let's go ahead. Here's your opt-in form. Go ahead and download the thing that you're looking for. If there's a phrase that's like, it really just hits home and it totally encapsulates the vibe of everything that page stands for, link that phrase. Link that phrase to your opt-in form. Link it to something that helps them learn more. Keep them engaged. You never know what people are going to click on. Same goes for emails, actually. This is a strategy that I've been using with emails and it's been working great. Like, the open rate and the click rate for my clients that I've been doing email marketing with, it's really good, like really good, actually. And I think it's because everything is engageable. It's not really a word, but everything, like there's high probability and opportunity for people to click and engage throughout the entire email. And the way I've been writing my emails is actually a lot like a sales funnel. And essentially the email is sales funnel page number 1, and whatever they click on is kind of page number 2, helps bolster the information. But if you're just getting started out and you want this really fantastic sales funnel to start working for you, get a really robust first page that is going to tell the whole story, give all the juicy stuff. So people are going to buy, download, book, all the things. Page number 2, at the very least, have it be a thank you page that tells them what to do next. Like, don't forget the thank you page. I'm telling you, people forget about it, but it's one of those things where after you sign up for something, and then if you're not taken anywhere, you're kind of just in this limbo of like, well, I guess I'll go check my email. I don't know, because you put in your email. Instead, tell them exactly what to do. Have a beautiful thank you page that, of course, says thank you. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for purchasing. Thank you for being in my world. I really appreciate. Here are your next steps. Go check your inbox, get in our free communities, send me an email with XYZ, like whatever it is you want them to do next, put it on that thank you page and make it really inviting. Now, after that thank you page, whether they booked, they bought, they downloaded, what happens next? That is where the potential becomes exponential. Like, it's insane how much more you can keep doing off of just those 2 pages. So let's say your goal is just to build your email list, right? You're just getting started out. You just want to build that email list. Having those 2 pages, a sales funnel and a thank you page, that's how you're going to build the email list, right? You're going to get people to opt into something that's super valuable, that's going to give them a quick win and make them want to be, raise their hand and say, yes, I want the thing. But then what happens after? Are you still nurturing them? Are you still providing value? Are you giving them a chance to actually buy from you? If somebody downloads something for free from you, you better be coming back into the email and offering another piece of value or offering some way that they can stay in your world and buy something from you, work with you, book a call with you. There should always be this kind of sandwich of they opted in for something, they got the free thing, they got the thank you, what comes next? Do not leave them hanging, because you're just leaving money on the table, you're leaving unbooked calls, like you're leaving all of that juicy stuff on the table. And that's where your email marketing, your automation, all of those automated workflows, they're doing the work for you. And so that's why these sales strategies, they will work every day of the week, 24/7, whether you're working or not. It takes time to set them up. Yes, it does. It can feel very tedious. I know this, but oh my gosh, the feeling on the other side, once that sales funnel is done and those email campaigns are put together and you have this whole like encompassing view of this journey that you're going to take somebody on, like, so they download something for free. Next thing, you're asking them to book a free call with you. Next thing, you're asking them to purchase maybe into your lower or mid-range offers, right? Or even the high ticket, right? It just doesn't matter. Give them the option to stay in your world and to keep buying from you, because the easier it is, the more they'll do it. The harder it is, the less they'll do it. It's as simple as that. And so sometimes I, come up to my phone and I'll see that I have a notification for a free brand consult. And I'm like, cool, I don't even know this person. This is great. I'll go look them up. I go reach out to them, even though they've already got those automations. So if I wasn't able to reach out, I'm good. I'm in the clear. They've already been communicated with, but I do it as a little extra like, hey, by the way, I saw this is on my calendar. I'm super excited to connect with you. It just gives them a little extra love. I'm not saying you have to do that, but because I have those automations in place, it's just the weight is not there. that pressure of having to be visible and there all the time is removed. And so therefore all of the like burnout and resentment for having to be on social media 24/7, like all of that just kind of just washes away because I have all of these sales strategies in place that don't need me to be there anymore. So the setup, yes, unfortunately, it takes effort. It's just what it is. I am really good at it. So if you're hearing this and you're like, I need this in my business, then book a free call and let's connect and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what are your current sales funnels and sales strategies? Are they working? Are you even using them? Right? I have plenty of connections that have sales funnels in place, but I don't really ever see them using them. It's just wasted energies and efforts at that point. Why don't you feel connected to it if you're not using it, right? Is it the resource? Is it the way the page is designed? Is it the content within the page? Like, identify for yourself, why am I not sharing this link to allow this sales strategy to work for me behind the scenes? And so honestly, that's one of my areas of expertise is I create really beautiful things for my clients, but what's most important is that they work, that they actually are working behind the scenes. So that way, when we, close the circle on a project, me and the client both know this project is fucking golden. It's good to go. You can share the link till the end of time. It will always work for you. It will always do what it's supposed to do. And that's one of my big promises to my clients that I'm really passionate about. I want to help build beautiful businesses that actually work so you can feel confident to share the link to your website, share the link to your sales funnel, get people onto your email list because you're actually sending emails on a regular basis, utilizing automations, right? So sales strategies that are working, even when you're taking a day off, they're gonna save your sanity 100%. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. This was just like a quick, it's good information. It's good information. Think about the sales funnels that you have going on right now, how they can be improved. Are they making you money? Are you utilizing them? And if not, why not, right? Let's make an adjustment. Let's pivot and really start leaning into sales strategies that can work so you can take a day off. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next week for a brand new one. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Branded, the podcast. Please rate and review, and for more information, visit socialjanemedia.com. I'll see you soon.